Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scorpio here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I'm up here in the upper garden. Today is, well, it doesn't really look like a garden, does it? It kind of looks like a wild, in the fields, in the upper part of the yard. Maybe I should say that. Did I say today was the 21st? Probably. It's the 21st. Of course, the sun is in Aries. Just moved into Aries. Up here in the northern hemisphere, we have spring. In the southern, our friends in the southern hemisphere have fall. Things are starting to cool down, hopefully down there. And yesterday we had one of the 2 days of the year where we're in complete and utter balance. If anybody checked out Ona's egg ovomancy. That was pretty cool. In fact, she looks at the egg. She went through the whole process. She balanced it on her hand at the exact time, and then she cracked open the egg and what was in there but the symbol for Aries. So the symbol for Aries is like two primary leaves sort of bursting out of the earth. So it's about rising up, it's about being reborn, and it kind of feels that way here with the spring peepers and all the birds. Astrologically, two things are happening today. The moon's in Scorpio all day, so it's an emotionally intense day. Early this morning we had a conjunction between Mercury and Jupiter. That's significant because Mercury and Jupiter are the two signs that are the two planets that rule the brain. Mercury, the left logical brain, and Jupiter, the intuitive brain. Now, of course, Jupiter is more powerful in this combination because it's in a sign, Pisces, that it rules, whereas Mercury isn't all that comfortable in Pisces. So on many levels, Mercury's sort of along for the ride in this one. The Sabian symbol for 19 degrees of Pisces, where this occurs, is a master teaches his disciples, or disciples wait for the master to speak. Something like that. I just looked at it. You think I would remember. But anyway, it's really about waiting to hear from the master. And in the old paradigm, the master might have been, the Lord or the president or something outside of yourself. But ultimately, you are your own master. But in order to be your own master, you have to master a few things. One of them is understanding that you are responsible for yourself. Sometimes you find yourself in situations that seem like are not connected to anything you've done, per se. But we do have to take responsibility for when we have the capacity to make choices. That is our responsibility. And, our true master is our higher spiritual self, our individuated consciousness that is connected to the undifferentiated consciousness of all things. And of course, this is all happening in the sign of Pisces, which stimulates our imagination, stimulates that left brain. Highly creative time, highly sensitive time, especially with the moon in Scorpio. Luckily, the moon in Scorpio gives us some self-protection, which is always nice. The other thing that's happening today is that something is sextiling Chiron. What would that be? Oh my goodness, I have forgotten. I just looked at it and I said, oh yes, I have to mention that. So Chiron is in Aries. Sextiles are opportunistic. An opportunity to communicate, perhaps. An opportunity to understand. I'm trying to think what it might be sextile to. It would have to be something. I think I think it might be Venus. I think it might be Venus. So, relationships, or is it Mars? Could be Mars. Either way, it's about relationship of the individual in comparison to the collective. What is the needs of the collective against the needs of the individual, especially if that individual is coming from a wounded perspective. You can apply all of this to the Ukraine if you want, but we can also, the Ukraine is happening, for any number of reasons, but everything that happens in the outer world is a reflection of something that is roiling within us. And I think that self-determination, being heard, fighting for your freedom are all things that I think we can all align ourselves with on some level. All right, guys. Well, it looks a mess, but it's starting to bloom. I know some of you said that the yard looks good, but I don't know. You guys are very kind to me, but it is a beautiful day today, so I think maybe we're going to get some work done out here today, as long as we don't try to do too much all at once. We're getting old, Michael and I, so we have to be cognizant of of just how far we can go. All right, let's go over here. I showed you these flowers yesterday, and I think we have a few crocuses up today as well. So here's these little irises that we looked at yesterday. If you haven't seen the spring message, you should check that out. It's only about a minute and a half, I think. And there's a crocus. And here's another crocus. So that's what we have so far. I'll keep you abreast of the situation. All right, guys, take care. Have yourself a great day. Like and subscribe. And much love from the Seeds of Transformation. Take care, everyone.